Yo, peace and love to the gods and goddesses. Today, I want to give y'all some information on the importance of harnessing your sexual energy. Okay? Now, before I get started, okay, let's go through a couple things. All right, let's talk about what sexual energy actually is. Okay, so, um, sexual energy is pretty much your life force. It's like it can be it's like chi, okay? And if you've ever had sex before, then you already know like when you um come to a point of climax, you feel as if you're like, tired or drained or whatever. It takes a lot, especially out of men and women too. But it takes a lot out of us, in order to perform that act. Okay. Now, the reason why harnessing your sexual energy is so important is because that is how you light the lamp. All right, and um, the lamp just means your pineal. Okay. So in the earlier video, I talked about chakras, okay? So your sexual energy pretty much is turned on around your root chakra. It's like the base of the spine, all right? So in order to harness your sexual energy, it's important to draw that energy up from the base all the way up around your spine until it hits your pineal, okay? Now, there's like a Taoist book. I think the Taoist book on sex. I'll put that in the description below. It gives you more information on techniques and stuff to do this. But all right. But let me give you some facts. Is the reason why it's important. All right. So a man can ejaculate, and one ejaculation can have enough sperm in order to impregnate over 200,000 women. Okay. So if you even just think about it on that level, when you are performing this act and you wonder why it just like takes so much out of you, it's because that is your literal life force. All right. So, we are gods and goddesses. We are many creators. Okay. So if you don't have intent when it comes to your sexual acts and your life force, there are other entities around that will consume that energy. Okay? There are other, and then at the same time, with us being creators, if you don't have any intent and you're just, just ejaculating for no reason, no purpose, you're also creating entities with no reason, no purpose. You're creating little mini demons and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'll give y'all a story, and I don't mind being transparent, because at the end of the day, I'm here to help y'all. You feel me? So there was one time where I was, having sexual relations with this girl, and it was really just that. There was no passion really. It was no like, real intimacy. It was just more so sex. So there was a time where there's a mirror. She had a mirror, big ass mirror in her room, right? And so we're starting to do this thing, and out of nowhere, I felt like something took over my body. Like it's like I was seeing myself from the outside, and it was like my eyes. I felt like my eyes turned red. I felt like I transformed into some other type of entity. It's never happened to me before, ever. You know what I'm saying? Felt like I transformed into some other type of entity, and it was like I just became more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? When we was doing it, I just became like, it was like something I've never experienced before. And after we had finished, I told her, I was like, look, I've never felt like this before, but I definitely felt like something just entered my body, like I just transformed during that time. And, at that time, she kind of really didn't have much to say about it. She was like, oh, really? Like, she thinking it's like me just talking shit, right? So come to find out, after I'm doing more research on that, I found out that, you know, spirits and entities can travel through mirrors. All right. That's the whole reason why TVs were created, so that entities can travel from one place to another. A TV is like a big ass mirror when it's not cut on, right? Right. So if you don't have any intent with the sexual act that you're doing, if you don't have any passion or love, if you don't um, set up wards to protect yourself during this sexual act, there are entities that's plotting and waiting to come collect that energy, because that is life source energy. Okay, life force energy. All right. So literally during that time, something came and scraped up all that energy, because I felt drained in a motherfucker. Like, I'm talking about, I was tired. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never felt like that before. I was knocked out. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that could have been prevented if, one, I was practicing semen retention. I'm not saying semen retention. I'm not saying to have sex, but I'm just saying, like, keep that within you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have intent. You know what I mean? Um, it was a choice in my partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was no connection. So things like that matter. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're having sex, you have to realize you are that force, the woman. You know what I'm saying? The womb, the vagina that they carry, like, that's like a portal, all right, into other realms. Any man, everybody in this realm came through woman. Okay, so it's like a creation. It's a portal of creation. All right, and if you abuse that, then negative things can come about that. All right, so basically, the reason why I'm telling you all to harness your sexual energy is because obviously you can see spirits want that. So why don't you keep it for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's important to be selfish. And in this case, it's your life force energy, right? So when you're coming to the point of climax, it's important to do certain breathing techniques in order to draw that energy up back into the pineal, and it's going to empower you. It's going to empower the woman too. You know what I'm saying? She like, wow, you feel me? Like, women don't like it when you, like, you know what I'm saying, just come in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that's just on the surface level of things, but it just, on a deeper level, it empowers the woman as well. All right? So, when it comes to meditation, what you can do is envision yourself. Like, if you ever get aroused or something in meditation, whatever, you envision yourself bringing that up through your chakras, through your 7 chakras, up until your crown, to your pineal, and you envision goldish, like the sun. You envision the sun like beaming right here. All right, you envision that, and you're going to see like how. Yeah, YouTube cut me off. They trying to censor this information, but I don't give a fuck. You see what I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? You see what we on. At the end of the day, this information going to get out. The guys and goddesses are going to wait. This simulation is going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's just what it is. All right? Now, back to what I was talking about. Okay? You envision that gold light coming through your pineal and radiating right there, and you're going to see how things start to expand, how your life starts to change. The women that you interact with, they feel more empowered just off conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can create a being, if you can create another living being through sex, imagine what it would be like if you were to retain that energy for yourself. You see what I'm saying? We as divine masculine gods, we have to get back to that. We have to get back to empowering our women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like to just always, I'm just saying to think about it in a different light, okay? Semen retention is very powerful. All right? So back to the fact of harnessing your sexual energy, okay? What you can do also in order to harness your sexual energy, what you can do is you can go and during times of sunrise and times of sunset, what you do is you take your shoes off, you go outside, you take your shoes off, you plant your feet into the earth, and you look into the sun, you sun gaze. And as you look into the sun, you clench, like you get in the Hulk stance, flex all your muscles, get into Hulk stance, right? A little bit bending the knees, okay? And you looking into the sun, and you start breathing. Yogic breaths, diaphragm, 2 diaphragm breaths. Okay? And you start breathing, and you breathe up. You clench like your testes, and you bring that up, your energy up, upwards. And your head is gonna start feeling lightheaded. It's gonna start to fill up with pressure and stuff. That's when you know you're doing it right. All right? That's how you empower yourself. You know what I'm saying? In order for us, divine masculine gods, to empower the woman, the goddess, divine feminine goddesses, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're here to experience what it's like to make choices, all right? We're here on this plane because we are living as God, as the Most High, and figuring out what it's like to make your own choices, to know, is this what we're doing? Is this what we want to do? You know what I'm saying? Everybody here on this planet doesn't have a soul. A lot of people have spirit, but they don't have souls, okay? So if you watching this video and you feeling me and this is resonating, chances are you have a soul and you have a higher purpose in this realm, all right? Right now, the information, we're in the age of Aquarius, so all the information is coming out. It's supposed to be known. Now is the time to know this information and to live by it. All right? Because that is what's going to help us propel into the future and help us level up into higher dimensions. Okay? Because right now we are living in Revelations. All right? And with us living in Revelations, if you are considered the 1/3 that's going to reach the kingdom of heaven, which is up here, the king dome, the dome of the king. If you want to reach the kingdom of heaven, you have to go within. All right, you have to master and not necessarily submit to your carnal lust, like lustful acts and lustful thoughts and stuff. You have to harness the information for good. I'm not telling y'all not to have sex, okay? I'm just telling y'all to rethink about the purpose of what you're trying to do. Yes, sex magic is very, very powerful. You know what I'm saying? You can create almost anything with that. With two minds going through pleasure at the same time, if you are manifesting the same thing at the same time, that manifestation will come faster than you ever think it would by yourself. So yes, it's very powerful. But what I'm saying is, in order to extend that power even further, it's important for the divine masculine males to practice that semen retention. That way, while manifesting, it increases your power, increases your laser vision. All right. So this is just a basics. This is just a basic on why it's important to harness your sexual energy. Okay, I'll put one of the books down in the description below so people can go get that book and do the research for themselves. All right. But, right now it's time for us to rebuild this nation. All right. If you are black, and I know I'm going all over the place right now, but if you're black, quote unquote black, and you don't know your heritage, because we all come from Africa, but guess what? If you black and you don't know your heritage, if you're considered African American, chances are you are actually indigenous to this land. You're quote unquote Indian. You're the Indians that the Pilgrims came and, you know what I'm saying, assimilated with and took over. You feel me? You are the Indians. We are that. And it's important to get back to the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's important to elevate ourselves so we can elevate this nation, so we don't have to necessarily continue to be mental slaves and physical slaves. Because if you're black on paper, you are a slave. All right? It just is what it is, bro. The truth is out now. You know what I'm saying? You can't combat it. Okay? So, at the end of the day, fellas, you know what I'm saying, look into semen retention. It's going to empower you. It's going to make you even more of a god. It's going to really provide you even more clarity. You're going to be able to continue to hold your energy in. That same energy that other entities are praying over. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, all right? Spread love and light. Peace.